The internet was set on fire when rumors started to come out that Xbox seemingly might go multi-platform. There is a lot to talk about here, so let's not waste any more time and break this all down. Up next. What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown in all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. Alright, we covered this topic of Xbox going multi-platform, but since then, it's safe to say a lot has unfolded. First up, let's set the scene here and talk about Xboxes, and mainly Phil Spencer's response to the talking online. Quote, "We're listening, and we hear you. We've been planning a business update event for next week, where we look forward to sharing more details about our vision for the future of Xbox. Stay tuned." Alright, so at least as of right now, we know that Xbox is no doubt hearing what's going on online. Now, let's dive into what exactly this all means. The future of Xbox as we know it is kind of in a weird state of affairs, and that's just to say the least. I think there's pretty much no doubt that Xbox will in fact be making more consoles, at least moving forward another generation or two. Let's not forget that all-digital Xbox Series X that was leaked a while back, and I still think that's a plausible route to take. And as of this week, there's been chatter online that Xbox is seemingly working on this Switch-like handheld that could be docked into your TV. People didn't care about all that. They mainly cared about Xbox's biggest games going to other platforms. And I kind of get why people are so riled up. I think as of right now, it's all but confirmed that Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush are indeed heading to other consoles. As for other titles like Starfield, Gears of War, and Halo, I'm honestly not too sure. From the sound of this all, it looks like Xbox might be aiming to take this timed exclusivity route and release their games on Game Pass and their platforms first, and a few months or years down the line, re-release these titles on other platforms. Now, in my opinion, I think people are overreacting just a little bit. When most people see these headlines that are coming out, they kind of glance over this little phrase called considering. Xbox is considering this title. And that right there doesn't confirm a thing. And sure, insiders are name-dropping titles like Starfield, Halo, and Gears, but I think that's just them grasping at straws. I also think it's pretty safe to say every big console maker out there at least considers at some point in life dropping one of their biggest games on other platforms. And that never comes to be. I think the rumors are true that Xbox titles are up for consideration. But, like I said, that doesn't always mean it comes true. There have also been reports that came out that there's frustration internally over at Xbox over this new direction. At first, people would be quick to go to Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond over this because they are key figures over at Xbox. But personally, I think this all stems from the board over at Microsoft, and not from Team Xbox. Now, why would Microsoft, out of everyone, want to do this and pull a power move over Team Xbox? Well, that can maybe be because over recent years, Xbox has made multiple high-dollar acquisitions that we all know come in the form of the Bethesda and Activision Blizzard mergers. So Microsoft can see that heavy investment and might want to maximize the return on said investment. And they might not also be satisfied with Xbox consoles alone and what they're bringing in. Now, in my opinion, that would all kind of be premature, seeing how these things just kind of went down and they haven't given them enough time to really bear fruit. I think for the first time in a very long time, the Xbox console itself is set up for a pretty bright future, full of what I thought to be exclusives and high-end ones at that. It's important to keep in mind, as of right now, whatever you see on the internet is just a rumor, so don't go selling your consoles just yet. And the plan ahead might be entirely different. Now, let's just say this is the move going forward. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of that. I've always stuck to this idea that competition within gaming forces everyone to be better and deliver better products to the consumers in order to keep our attention. And if Xbox decides to go this route and gives up essentially, PlayStation could see that and take a much more relaxed approach to their next console and games moving forward. mainly because that would be the only place to play them, and they'd force our hands. They can raise the prices of their games, consoles, and even PlayStation Plus. But as of right now, we're gonna learn a lot from Xbox next week as to what exactly their plans are. So, let's just all wait and see what happens. And speaking of that, both Colton Eastwood and Jez Corden essentially came out with the same sentiment of just kind of relaxing and letting everything play out. I'm in full support of fans letting their voices be heard, and quite honestly, now is the best time above all else to voice your opinions. Mainly because it looks like, at least as of right now, Xbox is in fact listening. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this question off to you guys. What are your thoughts on everything that has gone down over recent days? I know it's a lot, but there's a lot to unpack here. But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.